Hi everyone!
I'm Erin.
And I'm Jordan, and today's theme is going to be Got Plaque?
Don't slack.
So one of the most important things you can do for yourself is maintain your oral health so that plaque doesn't form on your teeth and cause things such as cavities.
So we're first going to start off by doing a little bit of a pop quiz for you guys, just to see what you know about plaque and what you know about plaque on your teeth.
So the first question is going to be, does anyone know what plaque is? We kind of already gave it away, but yep. Yeah, so plaque is a sticky, colorless, or pale yellow film that it's constantly forming on your teeth. So, one of the things we do for that is watch what we're eating to kind of reduce the acid in our mouths. Yep.
So our next question is, has anyone ever had a cavity? Yeah, a few of you out there, yeah. I've never had a cavity. Have you, Jordan?
I have. I've had quite a few cavities in my day, but okay, and the next question is going to be, how many times a day do you brush your teeth? This should be a pretty easy one for you guys. You probably have it down. Yep, 2 times a day, that's right. Once in the morning and once at night. Yep.
And if you brush your teeth twice a day, how long should you be brushing your teeth for? Yep, 2 minutes. Very good answer.
2 minutes. And this is a good one. Some of you guys might not be doing this. Do any of you guys floss?
Only a few of you.
Yeah, we're getting a couple hands out there. So we're gonna learn today that flossing is really important. It should become a part of your daily routine. It's just as important as brushing your teeth, because it's always hard to get in between your teeth without using floss.
So like Jordan mentioned, plaque is a sticky substance that forms on your teeth. So if you actually take your tongue and you run it along the backs of your teeth, on your bottom teeth and your top teeth, you might feel a little bit of a fuzzy, filmy feeling on your teeth, and that is actually plaque on your teeth.
So go ahead and try that, and see if you can feel the fuzziness that I know I can probably feel it right now. I just had lunch. Okay, so now we're going to be moving on to activity 1.
In this experiment, we will be showing you guys how plaque kind of forms on the teeth.
Yeah, how it is constantly growing. It forms in layers, and it can just keep growing and growing and growing if you never do anything to get rid of it. how fast it formed. It's kind of similar to how plaque forms on your teeth. It happens over time, and it can build up and become something harder known as calculus.
And you also saw how it kind of spread, and that's what plaque can do in your mouth as well.
It can spread from one part of your mouth to another, from tooth to tooth. So now we're going to talk about when and why plaque forms on your teeth.
So plaque may grow on your teeth from foods that are sugary and starchy and are frequently eaten, resulting in plaque being left behind on your teeth, especially if they're not properly cleaned off after.
So sometimes, like when you're having an energy drink, like a Gatorade or soda, something like that, that's going to cause your mouth to become more acidic, and that's going to, trigger the plaque formation. Let's see. So can anyone give us an example of a sugary or starchy food?
Yes, cookies is a great example. Cookies are very good, but you don't want to have too many of them because, like Jordan said, all the sugars will make your mouth more acidic, and then it can result in causing cavities.
And have you guys ever heard of like the pH scale or anything like that? Yeah, so basically where you want your mouth to be is right at 7, which is, neutral, okay? And when it becomes more acidic, that means like the lower the number gets, that's the more acidic. So every time you eat something or drink something that's like sugary or starchy, your mouth is gonna get lower and lower down that pH scale. So, you could go from a 7 to a 5, and that's not good because that's what's going to cause the plaque to form.
Does anyone know what a cavity actually is? Yeah, you're kind of close.
So basically when you have all these acids in your mouth, it's going to start to demineralize your tooth structure. So it breaks through your enamel, which I'm sure you guys have heard of enamel. It's what's coating all your teeth, protecting them. And a cavity is what happens when the enamel is starting to demineralize and all these bacteria and cavity-causing organisms get down into that crevice and cause a cavity.
And these cavities are also permanently there, and they're little tiny holes actually in your tooth. And usually you will have to get these cavities fixed, otherwise it will cause you extreme pain.
A cavity, it causes basically a hole in your tooth, and it can go deeper and deeper, and the deeper it gets, the more painful it is. So you're going to want to go to your dentist and get what we call a filling to fill in that cavity, and so then you're all set so you don't continue the cavity process.
Fillings include drilling into your teeth, so I'm sure that doesn't sound very pleasing for anyone. So you want to do your best to prevent cavities on your teeth.
You want to keep as much of your teeth as you can.
So next we're going to begin
Activity 2.
And in this activity, we're going to have one tooth with a happy face and one tooth with a sad face. And we're going to give each of you a different type of food, some that are good for your teeth and some that are bad for your teeth. And then you're going to have to decide as a class which ones go on the happy teeth, which are the good foods, and which ones go on the sad teeth, which are the bad foods and the unhealthy foods for your teeth. So first we have an apple. So can anyone tell me if the apple is good for your teeth or bad for your teeth? Correct, it is good for your teeth. So I'm just gonna put that right there. So the next food that we have is potato chips. Very yummy, right? So is this good for your teeth or bad for your teeth? Yes, unfortunately they are bad for your teeth, even though they are very yummy. Okay. Our next item is Coca-Cola, a type of very sugary drink. So is this good or bad? Bad, right. So now we have dots, which are a very chewy candy that usually get stuck in your teeth. Are these good or bad? Bad. Good job, guys. You guys are doing great. Our next food is a carrot. These are very good in ranch, my favorite. Are these bad or good for your teeth? correct. They're very good for your teeth. Now we have a lollipop. Good or bad, everyone? Bad. Good job. Our next food item is some leafy green spinach. This is my favorite vegetable ever. Can anyone tell me if this is good or bad for your teeth? Good. Great job.
Okay, so next we have a donut. What do we think, guys? Yep, bad for your teeth. Really sugary, all that sugar and frosting and sprinkles can get stuck in your teeth. Okay. Next we have milk. Anyone know? Any guesses? That's right, it's good for your teeth. Next is a cookie. Any guesses, anyone? That's right, bad for your teeth. Okay. Next we have cheese. Yep, cheese is good for your teeth, and we'll kind of get into that a little later about why it's good for your teeth. And lastly, we have yogurt. Yeah, yogurt is good for your teeth. All right, great job, everyone.
So you guys did a really good job with the activity. You guys got every single food correct.
Okay, so now we're just gonna dive a little deeper into why the good foods are the good foods. So when you have these foods like carrots and cheese and milk, and apples even, these are the kinds of foods that increase what we call your oral clearance time. Now it sounds kind of confusing, but it makes sense. So like we were talking about earlier with the pH scale, we want it to be at 7, which is the neutral number. So whenever you eat foods, typically, like the bad foods at least, typically it becomes more acidic, your mouth does. When you're having these healthy foods, it brings the acidity in your mouth back to neutral. So when you're having a carrot, every time you're biting into that carrot, it kind of, increases the saliva flow in your mouth. And your saliva, it does a lot for your teeth. It coats them in minerals and helps keep them strong and wash away any of that food that you get stuck in your teeth. So these kinds of foods increase your salivary flow, and that increases your oral clearance time.
So we have these 12 foods up there, the 6 that are bad and the 6 that are good. So can any of you guys tell me any other foods that are either good or bad for your teeth?
Yeah, McDonald's French fries, I'm gonna have to say that's probably going on to the bad tooth back there.
All the salt on that can really harm your teeth.
Any other ideas, anyone?
Yes, cake is a very good one. Cake is usually loaded with frosting and tons of sugar. Even though it tastes really good, it's not good for your teeth. So now that we discussed the good and bad foods for your teeth, we're now going to go into how you can prevent this plaque on your teeth from causing cavities.
And one of the ways we're going to do that is by brushing and flossing every day. We want to brush once in the morning and once at night, so that it's a total of 2 times a day. And you want to try and floss at least once a day, and we're going to show you guys how to floss a little later on.
And you want to make sure when you brush your teeth morning and night that you're brushing your teeth for 2 minutes in the morning and 2 minutes at night. It's very important that you get every spot on your tooth and that you're cleaning your whole mouth, not just parts of it.
And some other parts that are important to, your home care routine is the type of toothpaste you're using. So you guys are going to want to use a cavity preventing one, so one that has fluoride. It helps make your teeth stronger. And if you want, you can use a mouth rinse. We do encourage that in children your age because it's going to help make your teeth stronger against all these plaque forming bacteria.
Also, if you're going to use a mouth rinse, which we do recommend, you can use it. You can use it at night, and you can squish it in your mouth for 30 seconds to a minute.
And for best results, depending on the brand you get, I know that I like to use the ACT brand. after you rinse, you're not gonna wanna eat or drink anything for about, isn't it half an hour, Erin?
I think it is a half
It's for a half an hour after, but you know, it'll have all the directions on the back and your parents can always help you. Okay guys, so now we're moving on to activity 3. And this is gonna be our final activity of the day, so hopefully you guys have a little fun with it. It's gonna revolve around how to floss your teeth. So we already kind of talked about why flossing is important, but you know, say you have 2 teeth right next to each other. If you're using a toothbrush, it's not going to be able to get down in between the 2 teeth. So flossing it's thin and it's able to get down in between your teeth into that, you know, tiny little crack. Because sometimes, a lot of the time, food does get stuck down in there, and if you don't get it out, that's usually a common place for cavities to form.
And it's very important when you're flossing your teeth that you're doing it the correct way. Otherwise, you can actually slice your gums and cause them to bleed.
So this activity is going to demonstrate the proper way to floss your teeth, and we're just going to have you guys first partner up, and then we'll get into showing you guys how to do it. Okay, so for this activity, you're going to start out by getting some of the putty and have your partner place their hands together like so. And you're going to put some putty in between each of their fingers. So down here. And this putty is kind of representing all the food and bacteria that can get stuck down in between your teeth. So just picture that each of her fingers as a tooth. Okay, so grab some floss, about an arm's length, and you're gonna wrap it around your fingers, like so. So, to start out, you go down between the teeth, and then you form a C shape with the floss on the teeth, and then you go up like that, and with each time you do that, the food comes out. So how nifty is that? You're able to clean in between your teeth. Okay, so we're just gonna keep going just so you guys can get the full effect. So we go down, we make that C shape around the tooth surface, move it up and down. Ooh. Sometimes the food does like to not come out, but you eventually do get it. Okay, so again, we're going down, up, making that C shape. The most important part is to make that C shape to kind of cup around the tooth so you're not hurting your gums. And we got it all.
So what do you guys think of the activity? It was pretty cool, right? Pretty cool to see how you can really get in there and really get all the stuff from in between your teeth. Do you guys feel like you kind of got a bit of a grasp on flossing? Yeah.
Hopefully you guys go home and do it tonight.
Yes, we would absolutely love that.
Yes, we would. So that is all we have for you guys today. We just have a few questions just to see how you guys did with learning all the stuff. So Erin, you want to ask them the first question?
Yeah, so what is plaque? Can anyone tell me what plaque is? Yes, exactly, that's what it is.
And how does plaque harm your teeth? Does anyone know? Yeah, great job, great answer, great words actually.
Okay, so next one. What is a cavity? Can anyone raise their hand and tell me what a cavity is? Yeah? Yeah, that's perfectly said. Good job.
Yeah. We want to try and prevent those cavities as much as possible. How do we prevent plaque from forming?
There's 3 different ways that we can do this.
We talked about them earlier. Yeah, exactly.
Great job, guys.
Okay, so just to sum everything up for you guys, one of the best things you can do for your teeth is eat healthy foods, and brush and floss your teeth daily. These are some of the most important things that you can do to prevent plaque from forming on your teeth.
Thank you guys for having us. We really appreciate you letting us come here and talk to you a little bit about plaque and your teeth.
And remember, got plaque? Don't slack.